Hello and welcome to CMR Create and today's episode number 2. It is titled, Where Are We Gonna Go From Here? It's kind of a starting point to starting a YouTube channel, and then there's going to be a segment in there, help creators that are stuck. This is our weekly live stream. It's where we do a live studio and audience style format here. So be sure to drop your questions into the chat. There's going to be times where I'm going to break out of the recording to the stream, and we are going to just kind of interact with each other during the stream in this way. Welcome in, Aurora. Good to see you. I see we have a few other people watching, so feel free to email your questions at Sierra, CIERRA, at cmrcreate.com. Or you can just drop them live into the chat at any point. So yeah, we're just getting things started here, making sure everything is looking and sounding good. So let's go ahead and get Act 1 going here. And I'm going to go ahead and press record. A lot of people want to create, but they freeze before they start. There's always something in your way. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's something to do with being in front of a camera or hearing your own voice. We always kind of procrastinate when we start. We want to start a YouTube channel. We want to start a project, but there's always blockers. And so today is just kind of about asking ourselves one question: where do I go from here? So what stops you from creating? What is your blocker? Are you waiting till you have some more time? Are you waiting till you have more money for equipment? Are you like trying to learn how to edit video right now? What is that one thing that is blocking you? So in today's episode, we're going to solve how to solve creator. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about how to solve real creator problems. This is CMR Create, the tech strategy and Q&A podcast. This show helps creators. Hold on. This show helps creators with real-world problems. This is CMR Create Strategy Tech Q&A podcast. The show helps creators with tech, YouTube growth, live streaming, gear, workflow, creator questions. The show is still new, so we are building the Q&A format together. So if you have a creator question, be sure to drop it in an email, Sierra at cmrcreate.com. So I am very proud and happy to bring this show where we are going to help solve clear steps for creators. So thank you for joining and welcome to the podcast. So we're going to talk about first feeling awkward. Feeling awkward is normal. It is part of the process. And the only really way to get the awkwardness gone is to just create the content. So feeling awkward is definitely the first wall and the fear of being seen. Talking on camera is weird. The camera doesn't respond back. You're looking in this circle with a piece of glass. You may overthink how you look. You may overthink how you sound. You may overthink every single word, like you got to get every single word in that you wrote the script for, if you wrote a script, just perfect. You may feel like you're pretending. It just means that you're new and all this is new. And I think every creator, even in their advanced stages, they're still like trying to figure out what works. So the key line here is awkward is not failure. The awkward is the beginning, and awkward is progress. So let's talk about hearing your own voice. Nobody likes to hear their own voice. Well, most people don't. I imagine sometimes I feel like some people do, but that may not be the reality, and that's not the point that we're bringing here. The first time you hit record and go hear your voice, or the first time you look into the camera, take a photo, or you record, you're like, I don't like the way I was positioned for the camera. I don't like that outfit I was wearing. The lighting is bad. There's just so many nitpicks on yourself. You, creator or not creator, you are always going to be the most crucial critic to yourself. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't go make sure you have the right outfit on. I'm not saying you shouldn't have the right lighting. And I'm not saying that you need to be perfect. What I'm saying is get out there and make the create. What I'm saying is get out there and create the content, make the videos, make the edits. The joy in editing is you can cut things out that you didn't want to see in the first place. Or, sometimes I just stop, like you've seen me on this live stream, because we're recording this live. I stop and I just say it right over again. And then in the edit, I just cut the first part out and then we move on. First 20 videos, and I'm always going to say this is kind of my proven system that I talk about. The first 20 videos that you make are never going to be what you want them to be, or it's never going to be a part of the plan. I would say the first 20 videos for the average creator is someone who's just getting started, someone who's learning how to use the equipment, the mic placement, and all that fun stuff. So the takeaway here is real matters more. The takeaway here, real matters more than polished. Clear matters more than perfect. You may think everyone else notices you're overthinking. You may think you sound nervous. You may think you sound weird. And the truth is, you don't need a radio voice. Just get out there and make it happen. And as you evolve, you will certainly love the product that you are bringing, and it'll all come together. So Act 5. So now we're going to talk about what equipment you need. Everybody wants the cool equipment, and then you go on YouTube and you're watching all these creators. Some of these creators have paid brand deals, or they're getting sent free items just to review it and send it out to their audience. But as someone just getting started, like, you don't have an income stream coming in for your content. You don't need the best gear. You don't you're not going to initially gain an audience because you have the best equipment or the best lighting. Storytelling and good audio and good lighting you could probably get started, take your cell phone that you already own, and maybe less than $100, you can go out and buy you a small light. Or hey, you can even record during the day and be by the window. But it's definitely a good thought is I've seen, and I did it myself, is I went out and bought all this equipment because I wanted the best quality of everything. But in reality, I think it just really takes time to get the best quality. And then over time, you'll know what your limitations are on the equipment that you currently have. And then you'll make better financial decisions on upgrading to what you actually need, not what someone else online is getting paid to tell you what you need. So, um, start using your phone. It's 2026. Start using your phone. It's 2026. All phones are good enough to start recording content. Be by a window, get a small light, something just to illuminate your face. Find a nice little corner. Um, find a nice little corner that you can record in. If you a small cheap microphone is probably a good idea, but if you don't have one, just make sure you're close enough to the camera to where you can get a good audio recording from it. Um, because the truth is, you can have some really mediocre video, but if you don't have good audio quality, people are going to leave real fast. That's to me, coming from an audio background initially in content creation, audio is very, very, very important. And on my other channel, I've noticed that my analytics, I fixed my audio and I just seen the numbers just go crazy. It's totally awesome to get the audio. Um, and then you'll need some kind of editing software. If I were to start editing today, I would probably use the software DaVinci Resolve. And I hear CapCut is free as well. DaVinci Resolve and CapCut are free. I would recommend you not editing on a phone. Maybe a TikTok video or a YouTube Shorts. Edit on your phone is fine. But if you're really trying to create content, you need to edit on a computer. Um, so you don't need like to go out and spend a lot of money to get started. So basically, you have some lighting, you have some camera, and you have some audio. And then you go and create your YouTube account and you set it up and you decide what your channel is going to be about. You set up your channel keywords. You go do all your confirmation settings, the whole YouTube thing, and get everything set up. And once you get that channel set up, you're free to upload. You are free to upload. So the key line, don't go buy any gear to avoid starting. Upgrade when you have the problem to solve. And have some fun. So now we're going to talk about the one thing that I have the biggest issue with, and a lot of creators do, is YouTube is a time commitment. But I would say don't let that be why you don't upload videos. If you want to do like some short, like little videos you're uploading every day, taking you less than an hour a day to record and edit, go for it. But once you start creating, once you get to that 20 video phase, as I recommend, you really want to start thinking about YouTube is a time commitment. You want to upload consistently because you have to plan, you have to record, you have to edit. You have descriptions, titles, thumbnails. You have to spend time in the analytics, figuring out what's working. And you also have to have time for sleep, family time, time with your kids. So you definitely want to like really plan things out. And I think the biggest thing for me is I was really overwhelmed when I was trying to create content, and I really wasn't putting out much content. I was live streaming, so I wasn't editing, but I just felt like I was overwhelmed. So I have built many systems, and I do plan on rolling like a coaching style program out to you guys, and I will teach you these systems. But right now, like create some video templates, maybe with your titles, your intro, and just kind of like have something waiting there for you. to hit record. There's Canva. I think AI is getting really good with thumbnails. So what I usually do is drop it a real photo, and I say make it look realistic. And then I drop a photo of me, and I say have me doing this activity. And it's doing pretty good. It's getting better. There's a lot of good stuff out there. So, but the importance here is beginners often underestimate the time commitment necessary. Beginners often underestimate the time commitment you don't need to master every part of YouTube. You need a rhythm you can actually work with. So maybe one video per week, 2 videos per week, one live stream per week. Figure out what works for you. But you got to start. This is not something that you're going to start at the beginning. There's always that task of uploading that first video. Once you upload that first video, then you can start building your rhythm. But you will always hear me talk. You should not look at analytics. You should not worry about consistency. You should not worry about any of that until probably you around 10 videos. Those first 20 videos, that's going to shape how you become a content creator. It's going to shape the audience that shows up for you. And it's going to shape a lot of skills. And it's really going to define who you are as a creator. So keep creating those first 20 videos. Love to hear about it. And I'm still monitoring for any creator questions. See Sierra at cmrcreate.com is how you can drop that into the chat. And so now we're going to move on to the next section. So you made that first video, you posted. Now what? So this section is for the content creator that feels stuck. So you made a video and then you're really excited. You're checking YouTube analytics every couple minutes and you might see a view or two and then in 48 hours you may see the views slow down or maybe it didn't hit off at all. Takes a little while for YouTube to really pick up on what you're trying to do. And then it also takes a while to connect your video with the people who want to watch it. It just takes a little time. So maybe you post it and you get low views, nobody commented. Maybe you feel like nothing is happening. Maybe you're wondering if you failed. Maybe you're wondering if your channel idea is wrong. Maybe you're thinking you're quitting too early. Doesn't mean you failed. Just means you're still learning what you're actually probably learning. You're learning how to speak clearly. You're learning how to structure an idea. You're learning how to stay consistent. And you're improving on each item you do. So let's give our viewers a reason to come back. Low viewers are feedback. They're not the final verdict. And I will tell you that at the very beginning, you may be doing a great job and you may be very engaging and you may be making good videos. It takes a little while for those videos to be found. So what you're going to do, you're going to keep learning, keep progressing, keep doing this over and over. And 2 things are going to happen. You're going to improve your skill. You're going to find your audience. And I think both of those correlate, but they're not necessarily mutually exclusive. So if you already posted your videos and your videos are not getting views, be sure to just keep going, keep learning, and you will totally make it work, and it's going to be awesome. So now let's talk about the algorithm. The algorithm does matter, but it's not where you want to start. If you have not uploaded at least 10 videos or you have not started YouTube, I think you need to take the algorithm idea and table it. Don't think about the algorithm. Think about progress. Think about storytelling, video editing, audio, just building products. Don't worry about the algorithm right now. But when you start uploading those 10 videos, and I will tell you this, you're thinking algorithm, you should be thinking audience. What I've learned is YouTube is a people algorithm. It makes its decisions based on what people do. So if people are watching your video, YouTube is going to give you impressions. Impressions is YouTube showing people the packaging of your video, and they get the chance to click into it. So don't think about the algorithm, think about people. You are making videos for people, you're not making videos for an algorithm. And have a lot of fun, be creative. And right now, you're just trying to build a product, you're trying to build a base for your channel. So the algorithm should never be the monster that scares you out of creating. I know where I'm at now, I fight the algorithm constantly. And the way I beat the algorithm is I make content for people. I find ways to find the people. So before blaming the algorithm, you need to give yourself plenty of practice, plenty of consistency, and plenty of time to improve your content. It just takes time. It does. It takes time. It takes repetition. Repetition matters. So the algorithm does matter, but it's not step one. So we're going to move on to the next part. What do I do next? Don't try to solve your entire channel today. I want you to work on your biggest problem every time. The biggest issue, the biggest blocker, knock out the biggest issue you're having, and soon those issues you're having become smaller issues. So each time you have a problem, take your most significant problem and solve that. As you solve the largest problem, you eventually advance to a point to where your problems become, what am I going to talk about, or what shirt I'm going to wear today, or where I'm going to record in the house today. So pick one topic. So a simple plan that you can work with here is pick one topic you can talk about consistently. Record some practice videos. Watch it back once. Pick one thing to improve. Make one piece of real content. Choose a repeatable schedule and prove one thing each time. So that makes you being able to make videos and improving one thing each time. And once you get to those 20 videos, I mean, you're still improving. You're always going to be improving, but you're definitely going to be in a better place. So do not compare your beginning with someone else's polished videos. I know we're all guilty of that. See your favorite creator and like, I want to be just like them and make videos just as good as them. Well, go look and see how many videos they've made. They've made a lot of videos. So the takeaway here, your next step is not perfection. Your next step is progress. So I want to thank you guys for being here. Make sure that you email me your questions at CMR Create. Or I want to thank you guys for being here, watching the show. We do this show live 3 p.m. on Sundays. CMR Create. We do this 3 p.m. on Sundays at the CMR Create YouTube channel. You are welcome to show up on the live stream and drop your questions in the chat, or you're able to email them at sierra@cmrcreate.com. So we're going to head over into the Q&A section of the stream. And so question number 1, I want to start a YouTube channel, but every time I think about recording, I freeze. How do I get past the first wall and actually make my first video? So I love this question a lot because I still have problems with this today. And you've seen me start and stop a few times on the video. But what I do is don't stop hitting record. Don't turn the recorder off. Back up to your last break and just keep going. It's kind of like if you're like doing a dance recital or gymnastics and you fall, you're supposed to get right back up and keep moving, keep doing it. You don't start over. You just get up and start the routine you're in again and just keep going. And I promise you, once you lay that footage out and edit on the timeline, you're going to thank me later. Because each time you start and stop that, you've got to go make a cut in the video and the footage gets messy. So make one big long recording and just keep going. And then we can make the cuts. We can edit. Don't stop. Just make one big video. Later you can add your B-roll. You can cover up if you're looking away from the camera. You can do all that cool stuff. But make sure you just start a video, go all the way through, make a mistake, go back just to your last break, and keep going. Very good question. I love that question. So we're going to go to number 2. What if I feel awkward talking to a camera because there's nobody in the room responding to me? How do I feel more comfortable? How can I make it feel more natural? I will say it never gets fully comfortable and it never gets fully natural. Right now, for some reason, I can see my channel logo inside my camera. I don't know why that's the case. Oh, it sees my lights behind me. There's a glare in my camera lens, and I'm looking directly straight into that. The only thing that can make it better, the only thing that can make it advance, is keep doing it. Repetition matters. Repetition matters. I would say, once you keep going and keep going, you'll be good to go. So awesome. So question number 3, I hate hearing my own voice when I play back a recording. I hate my own voice when I play back a recording. How can I stop overthinking the way I sound and actually keep creating? Again, that's going to be like question 2. You never fully get over it. You just do it. The more and more you hear your recording, the more and more it's all good. The more and more you'll get there. And then there's ways to use some audio and mic placement, everything you need. You'll eventually get there. So you're actually listening for audio quality instead of the tone of the voice. Question number 4. What equipment do I really need to start a YouTube channel if I do not have a lot of money and do not want to buy the wrong things? You don't have to buy any equipment at all. Almost everybody these days has a phone. Use your phone. And I'd say if you were going to buy some equipment, buy you a little tripod that you can hold your phone on, and about $20 will get you that. And then the second piece of equipment I would probably invest in would be a microphone. And then the third piece of equipment, I've seen like a light for like $20 on Amazon. Those would be the first things. And then you can set like your phone on the tripod, get your little mic. It doesn't have to be wireless. It could be. I think Lark M2 has a really inexpensive microphone around $30 that's wireless. We have one here in the house and it works really great. You can get like a $20 light and a $20 stand. If you want to spend money, I would go there. But chances are you may have everything you need already at home. So make sure that you do that. And one thing I noticed is when I started creating content, or when I recorded my phone a lot, the phone stays in my pocket and I touch it with my hands. So I'd say just clean the lens really good. If you don't have a microphone, stand kind of close to it. If you don't have a light, record outside or by a window. But definitely don't go out and buy a bunch of things because you don't really know what problems you're trying to solve. So you don't know what specs you need. You don't know how much megapixels you need. You don't know how good of audio you need. The lighting, how do you know what lighting you need? You'll figure that out over time though. And this question right here, how much time should I realistically expect YouTube to take each week if I am new and still have work, school, family, and other responsibilities? This is a good one because I think that when you're first getting started, you definitely do need to get into a time like schedule and block out a little bit of time to make content. But at first, you're just practicing. So go make those 20 practice videos. Maybe your first 5 videos, make them when you have time. But over time, you're going to develop a workflow. You're going to have reusable things that you don't have to create each time. If you're sitting here like I am at a desk, recording right on a camera, then all you've got to do is make your recordings, drop it on the timeline, edit, make your slices, creating editing template or whatever you need. But I would say you might need 1 to 3 hours a week to get started. If you're at that point to where you want to be consistent, you probably want to go like 15 hours a week. That's about what I spend here in the studio at the desk. I spend probably like 20 or probably like 30 or 40 hours a week on my channel. And I also have a full-time job. But, every little bit, if you account for every little bit you do for the channel, whether if you're posting on social media, you're live streaming, whatever, there's a lot of time, but there's a lot of times you're multitasking where, sometimes you're just spending time doing whatever and you make a post on your phone. I do that all the time. But that's definitely something you need to think about is time commitment. But it's not a reason to not start. You will figure that out over time. It will become more and more prevalent of how much time you need. So just get started. Just figure it out. Get started. And then you ask yourself one question. How many videos do I watch each week? How much time does that take? Instead of watching all those videos, block some of that time to make videos. Doesn't mean you can't watch any videos, but making videos would be your priority. So I posted a few videos and I barely got any views. How do I know if I should keep going, change something, or completely rethink my channel? I will say this, you should always be thinking this stuff. You should always be thinking what kind of content you should be making. You should always be thinking like what you need to change, because on your channel, you will be reinventing yourself every video in some fashion. So you should never think about quitting. Always be really involved in your niche. I've seen people try to appeal to everyone, and then I've seen people try to appeal for too few of people. I know a lot of big gurus out there are like niche down, but I've seen people niche down so small that they reach their potential audience way too fast, and there's just not anybody to keep engaged. So those are definitely questions that you probably want to think and talk about. But I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up today. But I really want to know in the comments, how you're doing. Reach out to me at Sierra@CMRCreate.com. I'd love to chat with you. If you need any help, you have anything blocking you, I would love to create content with you together. I want to help solve what's blocking you, because you do not need to feel ready. You do not need the perfect gear. You do not need the master of the algorithm today. You do not need to sound like someone else. YouTube is a time commitment. Confidence comes from reps. Growth comes from practice. Start where you are. Improve one thing at a time. Your next step is not perfection. Your next step is progress. Be sure to reach out to me at CMR Create. Be sure to reach out to me, Sierra@CMR Create, and let's make content together. I'll see you real soon. All right, guys, on the live stream, thank you for watching. My voice gets a little raspy because I do a live stream on Saturdays in theme parks. And so by now I'm just like a little raspy getting into this. But thank you guys for attending the live stream. We will be back next Sunday at 3 p.m. And I will brew up the topic for you guys. And then if you want to hear this on the edits, I will upload to YouTube and Spotify. So thank you guys so very much. And let's create content together.
Jump on in, we're sailing away from Main Street lights to Castaway Cay. Spaceship Earth is glowing tonight. Figment's here, and Sierra's your guide tonight. Epcot dreams in fireworks sky. Animal Kingdom drums beat high. We're dancing through the parks that cry. Come join the magic by Sierra's side. Cruise the theme park guide, where the fun feels hard to delight. With Sierra leading every coast, from haunted mansions, hitchhiking ghosts to ocean winds on a sunset tide. Only on Cruise and Theme Park Guide. One little spark and the magic begins. Grab your ears, your smile, your friends. Every step's a story, every day's a ride. Come dance with Sierra, arms open wide. So hit that bell and come inside. It's always magical on this ride, where dreams set sail and parks collide. Cruise and Theme Park Guide.